Hello and welcome to Visual Psychology. It's Friday night. You've had a long week, you order your favorite food, and you open Netflix to watch a movie. You scroll through action, then comedies. You watch 5 trailers. You check IMDb ratings. 45 minutes pass. Your food is cold, you're frustrated, and you end up rewatching the same episode of The Office you've seen 10 times. Does this sound familiar? Whether it's picking a movie, buying a laptop, or deciding on a career path, modern life gives us endless options. But instead of feeling free, we feel completely stuck. Psychology calls this analysis paralysis. Today we're going to look at why your brain freezes when given too many choices and give you practical, science-backed tools to finally start deciding with confidence. Let's start with the grand illusion of the modern world. We are taught that more choice equals more freedom, and more freedom equals more happiness. Science strongly disagrees. In the year 2000, psychologists Sheena Iyengar and Mark Lepper ran a now famous study known as the Jam Experiment. In a supermarket, they set up a tasting booth. One day, 24 flavors. The next day, just 6. The 24-flavor booth attracted more visitors, but only 3% actually bought a jar. The 6-flavor booth? Sales were 600% higher. This is the paradox of choice. When your brain faces too many options, the cognitive effort required to evaluate all of them outweighs the reward of any single choice. So your brain hits the emergency stop. You choose nothing. But it goes deeper than just feeling overwhelmed. Every decision you make burns real biological energy. A landmark 2011 study by psychologist Shai Danziger analyzed over 1,000 parole hearings in Israeli courts. Judges granted parole about 65% of the time at the start of the day. By late afternoon, that number dropped to nearly 0, not because the cases were worse, but because the judges' brains were exhausted. This is decision fatigue.
Your prefrontal cortex, the logical, decision-making center of your brain, operates like a battery. Every choice drains it. What to wear? What to eat? Which route to take? By the time a genuinely important decision arrives, your brain takes the path of least resistance, doing nothing at all. You aren't lazy or indecisive. Your neurological battery is just empty. Now here's where it gets personal. Not everyone experiences this the same way. Psychology divides decision makers into 2 types: maximizers and satisficers. Satisficers set a clear baseline. They want a laptop with good battery life and a decent screen. When they find the first option that meets those criteria, they buy it and move on. They are generally happy with their choice. Maximizers want the absolute best option that exists. They will spend 3 weeks comparing processors, reading hundreds of reviews, and agonizing over a difference of $30. And here is the tragedy. Research by psychologist Barry Schwartz shows that even after making a choice, maximizers are statistically less satisfied than satisficers. Why? Because they are haunted by opportunity cost, the fear that one of the other options might have been just slightly better. Decision fatigue drains everyone, but analysis paralysis is specifically the curse of the maximizer. The more energy you spend searching for perfection, the less energy you have to actually decide, and the worse you feel when you finally do. So how do we fix this? Step 1. Embrace good enough. Before you start looking at options, write down your top 3 must-haves. Not 10, 3. Once you find something that ticks all 3 boxes, you commit. Stop searching for the mythical perfect choice. Perfection is the enemy of a decision ever getting made. Step 2. Use artificial constraints. Your brain needs boundaries to stop exploring and start executing. Don't look at 20 options. Force yourself to consider exactly 3 and set a hard deadline. I will decide by tomorrow at noon. Constraints aren't a limitation on your freedom. They are what make freedom usable.
Step 3. Protect your battery. Stop spending decision-making energy on things that don't matter. President Obama famously wore only gray or blue suits during his time in office. Not for style, but to eliminate one daily decision entirely. If you automate 20 small choices in your morning, You preserve the neurological capacity for the decisions that actually shape your life. Step 4. The reversibility test. When you're paralyzed by a big choice, ask yourself one question. Is this a one-way door or a two-way door? A one-way door is permanent. Selling a business, ending a relationship. Those deserve careful thought. But 90% of the choices that paralyze us are two-way doors. You can quit the job. You can return the laptop. You can move out of the apartment. If the decision is reversible, make it fast. You can always walk back through the door. Here's the honest truth. Not making a decision is itself a decision. It's the choice to stay exactly where you are. The goal was never to make the perfect choice. It was to make a good enough choice and then make it work. Give yourself permission to decide today. If this video helped you understand your own mind a little better, hit like and subscribe to Visual Psychology.